Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into Tom Curran's Patriots Talk podcast alongside Phil Perry, who's wearing a snorkel if you're watching on YouTube, and he seems distracted. Are you with us? Are you in? Are you in or are you out? What are we doing today?
A snorkel is attached to one's face.
How snorkel
I
jacket.
thought of it.
Snorkel jacket, as we had in the 70s, had a hood that came out like that
This has a hood.
and had fur. Yeah, it's a snorkel guy.
It's a jacket.
Yeah, it's a snorkel.
There are people listening to this that can't see anything, and they think that I'm Scuba Steve right now.
All right, let's get back to live action. It's certainly entering the dead period a bit before free agency. Patriots are not in the Super Bowl, need I remind you. But Tom Brady served us up a big plate of content once again, as he is wont to do, by retiring once again. The question, Phil, what is the proper Tom Brady tribute in New England? Is it a parade? Is it a day shutting down schools? Is it a statue? Is it all of the above? Is it merely wait the 5 years until the Pro Football Hall of Fame inducts him in the same summer, just a couple of weeks later, you put him in the Patriots Hall of Fame? Is it a one-day deal? Will he return for all of these events? Where is his relationship with the New England Patriots now? Let's get into all of it, Phil. What is the proper way to salute Le Goat?
I think it's a one-day deal because I think Tom Brady isn't going to have a whole lot of desire to spend a lot of time up here. I don't know what brings him up here anymore other than things like this. So does he come up 1 month for the statue unveiling, and he comes up another month for the red jacket, and he comes up another month for the retirement of the number? Like, he easily could. He has the means. Does he want to do all that?
Do you think he wouldn't be able to find a place to stay? Nobody would open up their home?
I'm not worried about that. I think if you're him and you're looking at a schedule that includes probably a lot of paid appearances, a lot of money, he's looking at it and saying, okay, for sure, I could do a day. I could do maybe even a weekend. But that's to me, I think it's going to be, I don't know. I just get that feeling it's going to be short term, whatever it is.
Okay. So just a red jacket, they bang out the stadium. They have the event in the stadium as opposed to.
Yes.
I think that's a great idea.
Great idea. And then the statues there, it's probably at midfield. And
why isn't the statue in Boston?
Well, he didn't play him.
But Boston's going to want a statue too.
You can't have two Tom Brady statues within like 3
I
months.
agree. It should be at Foxborough. But I think the people in Boston are going to want a statue.
No, you think so?
I don't know. They glom onto everything. Politicians glom onto everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they want to put one outside the State House or City Hall Plaza or whatever monstrosity that is that always shows up, City Hall Plaza, on the world's worst architecture. Do you know that? So should there be a parade? One duck boat parade for Tom Brady. I mean, there was a parade for Ray Bork in 2001 when nobody in Boston ever won anything. Should there be a Tom Brady parade? Should schools be closed from Millinocket all the way down to Madison? That's Connecticut and Maine. I just did a pretty good job of that.
No, I think
from Stamford all the way up to Salisbury.
I mean, listen, I don't celebrate them however you want. Like, that feels like a lot.
There's a lot of kids named Brady running around in middle school right now.
Yeah, they need to be in school. They should
probably because if you got named Brady, never mind.
I know what you're going to say there.
Pulled up.
You said it, not me.
I pulled up. All right. So what should the statue look like, Phil? Should it be a?
Stop it. Wait, hold on. I want your takes on these things. You're one of us.
On the Brady Whisperer?
One of those.
I'll tell you what should the statue look like. I like the Sportsman of the Year cover that he had in like 2007, where he was wearing the long coat and had the eye black, and I think he was holding his helmet. Hold on, keep talking. Folks on YouTube, I'm going to find this. Pause. So here's what I found. This is not the same one that I had in mind. That's a Sporting News Sportsman of the Year. That's not the same one. Here's the one, this one. That's the Sportsman of the Year, Sports Illustrated. I don't love that one either.
But you just said that was your first thought.
Yeah, but the image in my head does not match that picture. I like the one where he was in a long Patriots parka snorkel, and had the eye black on and stuff. So it was kind of like that, but I thought it was meaner looking. What about Phil? Would you like to see the Brady on one knee signaling first down after he sidestepped Brian Urlacher?
No.
Would you like the Brady let's go at the end of his run onto the stadium?
So that is, I think, one of the sort of indelible, there's many Brady images in all of our mind's eyes. You can see with the veins and the neck popping and the tendons that connect the head to the rest of the body just going absolutely bonkers. And he's mid fist pump and his eyes are open and he's screaming like a banshee. That to me is Tom Brady. I think that's a fair encapsulation of who he was as a competitor, fiery guy, maniacal. I think you get a lot of that passion, exuberance, something like that. Yeah. I think that would be okay. I also think
there's a little psycho one for you.
That's too much, I think.
Okay.
That one's too much. I would just say, and let's remember, we do have a listenership that we're gearing this podcast towards.
All right, last one.
That can't
listenership. Just Google Tom Brady, let's go and try and find this one.
That's a pretty good one. So he's mid fist pump there. I like that. The 12 is very clear. I think there's a Super Bowl. There's even a Super Bowl patch on there. If it's from the last Super Bowl.
Take a look at the neck. The neck is busy.
Yes. Is that from the last Super Bowl? Is that from the Rams Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 51? No, that was 53. So this is 51. That was
51 was 28.
Atlanta.
Yeah, that's not a bad one to commemorate. But
okay, so you like the Let's Go statue.
I also could just see him post Super Bowl, right? Like there's a lot of pictures of Brady at a podium somewhere in or surrounded by a sea of people. I don't know how you'd incorporate that into a statue, but just sort of like helmet off and like a single like fist pump kind of a smile. He's looking at his family or one of his teammates or something like that. I could see that being
okay. Fox helmet or Patriots helmet on the statue at Foxborough? Getting this question a lot on the Hall of Fame.
How's he going
in as a Buck or is he going in as a Patriot? There's no affiliation included on your Pro Football Hall of Fame induction. Also, you don't really find out, and I forget this every year, there is no unanimous because you don't vote on these guys. They just come to a consensus in that room, wherever that goes on. So you don't find out if Tom Brady got in unanimously. You just find out that it was a short conversation. So
right. Or you're a first ballot guy. They do that for football, right? You can be
but some douchebag will go, well, I don't want it to be this quick. I think the Bart Starr, it took about 4 minutes. I'd like to see Brady take 5 minutes. So what about the flight gate? And
I'm not sure it can be any shorter than Peyton Manning's. You remember Peyton? I think there was video released of Peyton Manning's, or maybe someone was just remembering it. And whoever was presenting him from Indianapolis said, it's Peyton Manning. And then sat down. I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
And me knowing Hall of Fame voters, and I know a lot of them, and I consider many of them friends, but knowing how they are, so they love the smell of their own farts. They would all go, okay, he's in.
Did they clap after that? What do you think?
Know. Probably for Peyton. Yeah, absolutely. For Peyton.
He's right. It is Peyton Manning.
It is Peyton.
Love that guy.
So Peyton gets in for about, you want the statue with the let's go. And you also want the cockamamie stupid one-day contract, you friggin' goof.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I don't care about the one-day contract.
John, roll it back.
Could I have one more option for Brady? I think people should be leaving in the comments section on YouTube and maybe on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a comment on what you think the statue should look like. There are some cool pictures I bet you could find of Brady like he points to Josh McDaniels after I think Julian Edelman's touchdown in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. And you could do that. And I think people would think that one looks kind of cool too. It's hard. There's no Bobby Orr moment, right? There's no, there's not one moment like that. I don't think.
I mean, I like, this. All right, let's go through the Brady moments. There's the 2001 moment.
Right.
At the podium. There's also him falling down after the spike in the snowball.
He would not want the 2001 one on there though. His image has changed so much. He's so much better looking now than he was when he was 23 years old. It's not even funny. He doesn't want 2001 Tom Brady.
How about 2010 Tom, still in the halcyon days with Giselle when he was shaving his armpits and going down that slide with no armpit hair?
He's doing his dance.
No, Phil's doing that
in Rio
dance in Rio.
So he's not even wearing a jersey. He's wearing like a schmedium t-shirt.
Yeah, but remember when he was going down, he had his armpit shaved.
Yes, right. But he's not even fully extended, right? Because I think he probably was a little.
Yeah, he was afraid too. Don't tell him I'm saying any of this. We want to try and get back on his good side.
They'll put that statue at Water Country. That's still a thing, right?
Well, Water Whiz is down here in the Plymouth-Bourne area.
What about Water Country? Water Country, Water Country. Have some fun.
Bum,
bum, bum.
All right, this brings us back to this one-day contract stuff, which circled last year, and now somehow the Patriots are going to be even more forward in trying to lobby Brady for some kind of symbolic photo op where they leverage their relationship with him to pretend as if they didn't actually invite him to leave the organization. Here's Robert Kraft talking to CNN, RE, how he feels about Tom. Phil, read me that freaking quote again. This overt attempt to now back yourself into a corner so that if Tom Brady doesn't come up here, you're rebuffed in front of the region and the nation and the world. Read it.
Well, and hey,
read it.
It's up to Tom. Then it's Tom's call if Tom doesn't.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Here's the quote. I'd do it tomorrow. Not only do I want it.
Is he talking about I'd do the contract tomorrow? I'd sign the one-day contract tomorrow? Yes. Why do they want to back themselves into that corner? He's going to get pissed about this.
I'd have him retire. He's asked if he would bring Brady back to retire as a Patriot. He says, I'd do it tomorrow. Not only do I want it, our fans are clamoring for it. And to us, he always has been and always will be a Patriot. We'll do everything we can in our power to bring him back, sign off as a Patriot, and find ways to honor him for many years to come. He did so much to bring life and good cheer to our community, and he's a beloved figure, and he's earned the respect and love that people feel for him like no other athlete in our town, and we've had some great ones. Close quote.
Not only do I want it, but our fans want it. And I like Robert Kraft, and I've had a good relationship with him, but this is just a horrible idea because it's putting you, your feelings, the appearances, and the goodwill with your fans ahead of what this individual who you're trying to honor might feel. Again, I don't know. This is fully opinion on my part. But Tom Brady was pretty pissed off to the point where when I posited to somebody about a week or two ago, look, Brady's not going to come back here. He will never go back to the New England Patriots, period. Never. Okay, that's not Brady himself telling me that. It's people close enough to him who would know about his general tenor. But you're backing Brady into a corner so that if he doesn't do this, he's an asshole. And if he does do it, it's being done at the point of a bayonet. It's a photo op. It's currying favor. It has nothing to do with anything as to whether or not he signs that contract. Well, why wouldn't he sign the contract? Because he was looking for a contract from the time Jimmy Garoppolo came aboard in 2014. 2016, after the 5th Super Bowl win, he wanted that contract to give himself the security that he would finish his career here. 2017, we know how that went. Everything blew up because they still, as Garoppolo's end of his contract was approaching, the Patriots weren't doing anything. So Brady's sitting there waiting. What are we going to do here, Robert? It's always been you and me. We always get this thing done. We're doing this or not? Foot dragging. 18 into 19, still foot dragging. And they would not fix it. And then 19, they don't give him the 2-year, $50 million contract that Drew Brees had that they suggested was the perfect model for what they should give him. And instead, in August, after Brady basically makes it clear that he's about to walk out of camp, they give him a 2-year extension, which it takes 15 minutes for us all to realize it's not a 2-year extension. It's a 1-year contract that voids. And he'll be a free agent in March of 2020. At that point, Brady's allowing himself to be tampered with by the Dolphins. Maybe tampered himself. Additionally, he gives him one more crack right before St. Patrick's Day 2020. What do you got? Want to make anything happen here? And I'm told it was best we can do on the cap is 22.5 million. That's all we got for you, bud. Sorry. And with that, Tom Brady knew the party was over. So now they want to sign him to a contract after he asked one for 5 years? Phil, what would you do, Phil?
Nobody cares what I would do, but
what would your statue look like?
My statue would be me hunched over a laptop, I think, and just one finger typing.
With Sports Info Solutions up on the
glasses on the bridge of my nose. Here's the deal.
What would you do, Phil?
I'm asking you a question that matters more than what I would do. Hasn't the relationship between Tom Brady and the Patriots thawed since last year when we had this conversation, since 2020, since 2019, since 2017, to the point where he's going to the owner's wedding? He had a long conversation with the head coach after beating his old team back in 2020. He's posting selfies of the head coach when he announces his retirement for the second time on Instagram. And then he's commenting on Instagram. And I know it's Instagram, it's social media, it's not the real world, but unfortunately, that's the world even Tom Brady at 45 years old lives in. He leaves a comment on the Patriots Instagram post of Robert Kraft reflecting on Tom Brady and Tom Brady's career, saying, quote, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. I love you. Go Pats, exclamation point. I am blessed in every way, 4 exclamation points. So, is that not Tom Brady's way, or one way in which Tom Brady is signaling that, you know, he's open to doing things in a different way with the Patriots now, even though it didn't end all that great?
Hold on. No.
Did you just get off a landline with Tom Brady?
I haven't used that phone. It's been sitting on my desk out of sight here. And I thought this was a good opportunity to use it. Yeah, I mean, one of the 4 agreements is to take nothing personally. But also the first agreement is be true to your word, 100% true or something like that. I don't know. I actually read the thing before he did, so don't think that Tom Brady's giving me reading it tips. Swear to God.
Lord knows nobody wants your reading tips. That's a story for a different day.
Sorry. So listen. Yeah, I mean, I think that Brady's relationship with Robert Kraft, we see indicators as to how it is. You don't go to somebody's wedding that they invite you to and take time out right before a football game unless that person is legitimately very special to you. And I think there is plenty of love there. But I think we also get to know people and their motivations over the course of time. And I think that Robert Kraft's general motivations are pure, but he's also a businessman. And he's also someone who likes to be around folks. He was indelicately described in Mark Leibovich's book with the first word was star and the second word I'm just not going to detail, okay, because it's offensive to Robert. But you get the idea. And I think that this is an occasion where Robert Kraft might be overstepping appropriateness by asking Tom Brady to do something that is clearly leveraging their relationship so that Robert Kraft looks like, hey, I might have let him go in 2020 and he went and won another Super Bowl. And that was Bill's idea, not mine, but I was able to get him back here for the day. And look, he's out there on the field for the Patriots Hall. Just don't ask for the contract. Just don't ask for the contract.
I understand that. I just wonder if, as he looks for post-football peace, as you wrote about so eloquently, the day that Tom Brady announced his retirement, if he says, you know, all this grudge holding stuff that I've been doing with people and franchises and bosses, it's not healthy. That's not me. That's not who I want to be in this life. So I'm going to do I'm going to criticize. I'm going to be honest. I may sound like a bit of a jerk even at times in my new job, but that's up in the booth. The rest of my life, I'm going to be happy-go-lucky Tom. Go along to get along, Tom. You don't think that's going to happen? By the way, as I'm talking to you, I just looked up the 4 agreements. You're right. Number 1 is be impeccable is the word. Be impeccable with your word. Number 2 is don't take anything personally. Number 3, don't make assumptions. 4, always do your best. That's a nice one. So he would not be doing his best to not take things personally.
Well, I think
If
that you're not being impeccable
tells
with
Robert
your
Kraft to
word.
go kick sand.
I think you're not being impeccable with your word. If you say to yourself, I really feel hurt by what that person did. Well, that is taking things personally. And I don't want to be leveraged as a photo op for somebody else to sell good guy points and appearances. Now,
Well, don't make assumptions, Tom. That's
if
agreement number 3.
if suddenly
Okay?
Tom Brady is against appearances and branding, that would be a bit of an upset given what we've seen over the last couple of years. However, as I clean with my finger this coffee stain, anything is possible.
Don't make assumptions that, you know what Robert Kraft's motivations are.
I just think it's a cockamamie idea. All right, that was a fun, goofy pod today.
Can I just ask you? I don't feel like we solved anything. What did we settle on with the Tom Brady celebration? Can you give us the final stamp of approval on
Yes,
something? Can you give us an
absolutely.
itinerary, please?
The Brady celebration comes the Friday before Columbus Day weekend. Schools are closed all over the 6-state region. He has a parade in Boston. And on Sunday, when the Patriots play, and this is now 2028, when they play Matt Patricia and the San Francisco 49ers at Gillette Stadium, on the Saturday, the Patriots hold an event on the Patriots Plaza out there. Jonathan Kraft, Robert Kraft, they're all there. It is 5 years down the road. Head coach Gerard Mayo makes an appearance. Bill Belichick sends his wishes from Phuket in Thailand or whatever. And then on Sunday against the Niners, Cooper Manning, or whichever Manning that is, the one who just went into college, and the Patriots fall on Sunday to Matt Patricia's Niners, quarterbacked, of course, by Trey Lance, who has, so that's what's going to happen. And the statue will be of Brady wiping away a tear from the 2010 interview.
The long hair?
Yeah. That's the statue.
But he's talking about all the other quarterbacks that went ahead of him.
Yep.
Oh,
Spurgeon Wynn, Chris Redmond. So that works, right? Matt Patricia and the Niners stomping. What's the little Manning kid's name?
Arch.
Huh?
Arch.
Yep. Arch and the Patriots. Tyquan Thornton has 2 touchdowns, but a pivotal fumble. Who else is
Glad
going
we
to be?
did this exercise.
Who else is going to be on the Patriots in 2025?
2025? I thought it was 2028.
That's right.
2028.
Mayo's the head coach. Brian Flores is defensive coordinator. Mac Jones is backing up Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. Zach Wilson's playing arena football. Justin Fields starts for the Ravens.
I like that.
Yeah. Casario's back as the GM here. Texans were disbanded. Jack Easterby, sure. Okay. We got a whole week of foolishness next week when we go to the Super Bowl. We usually do a pod a day. They're bite-sized. So we'll go pod a day. We'll have quick slants. I'm sure there'll be Next Pat's foolishness from Phil. He's got another Next Pat's interview to do today, I think. So we're going to put a cork in this one right now and say so long